They say all good things must come to an end, and the next series of Salvage Hunters, which we shot last year and airs in the autumn, is my last. So everyone, take care. Thank you.
For more than a decade, millions of viewers followed the incredible journey of Drew Pritchard, the antiques master whose sharp eye and unmatched instincts made Salvage Hunters one of the most authentic and addictive shows on television. Week after week, fans watched Drew roam through forgotten barns, dusty workshops, and hidden estates, uncovering treasures that others overlooked. But while his on-screen life seemed exciting and full of success, the real story happening behind the camera was far more complicated. Today, we explore the complete truth about what really happened to Drew Pritchard, from his rise to fame to the turning points that reshaped every part of his life. It all began back in 2011 when Salvage Hunters first aired. The show followed a simple but powerful format. Drew traveled across the United Kingdom buying, restoring, and selling antiques. What made it different from most television shows was that everything was real. Every deal was genuine. Every restoration was part of Drew's actual business. Even his co-star Alistair Dryburgh said the show had no staged scenes. The crew often filmed for hours just to capture a few minutes of television. But the authenticity was what made the series a success. Fans loved seeing the reality of the antique trade through Drew's eyes. After more than 240 episodes and years of non-stop travel, Drew made an announcement that shocked everyone. In 2024, he revealed that the 20th series of Salvage Hunters would be his last. He explained that the decision had been building quietly inside him for a long time. The long filming hours, the constant traveling, and the pressure of running a real business while appearing on television had taken their toll. But Drew made it clear that he was leaving with pride, not regret. He felt the show had achieved what it was meant to achieve, and that the team continuing the series, including Alistair Dryburgh, Vicky Knott, and a new yet-to-be-introduced expert, would carry it forward with the same passion behind the scenes. However, Drew was facing a different kind of storm, one that had nothing to do with antiques or television. For years, viewers were used to seeing Drew appear alongside his then-wife, Rebecca Pritchard, a talented partner who shared his passion for restoration. Their love story began in the early 1990s when Rebecca, working in the fashion industry at the time, visited Drew's shop. Their connection was instant, grounded in creativity and their shared excitement for reviving old pieces. Soon, they married, raised a family, and built both a life and a business together. But in 2017, headlines across the UK exploded with news about Drew's private life. Reports revealed that Drew had been involved in a relationship with a woman named Amanda Thomas, someone he had met through his son. What started as friendly conversations between parents deepened into something more, and eventually, Amanda's husband, local businessman Janice Bryn Thomas, discovered text messages between the two. When confronted, Amanda admitted to the relationship and chose to end things in an attempt to repair her marriage. But Drew, upset by the sudden end, reportedly sent Amanda a message insulting her husband. Amanda showed the message to Janice, and the situation escalated. Only days later, Janice confronted Drew at the Liverpool Arms in Conway, punching him several times before others intervened. Police became involved, and the incident made national news almost immediately. Even though Drew was the one attacked, the attention damaged his reputation. Reports surfaced that he was temporarily placed on a pub watch list, and after a later disagreement with another man, he was permanently banned from several local pubs. The fallout reached his home life. Not long after the incident, Rebecca Pritchard filed for divorce. Their marriage of over 2 decades officially ended. Even so, both remained committed to keeping their personal struggles off the show. They continued working together on Salvage Hunters, appearing side by side professionally, until Rebecca eventually left after the 18th season. She didn't give a detailed reason for her departure, but her farewell message hinted that she wanted new challenges and wanted to make space for the next generation of experts. Their divorce settlement became public because of the value involved. Their shared assets, estimated around $8 million, were divided by the court. Among these assets was their famous 19th century chapel home in Conway, a property packed with history and once owned by none other than Mick Jagger. Drew had purchased the chapel in 1995, and it stood as a symbol of everything he and Rebecca had built together. But Drew's challenges didn't stop there. Soon after his divorce, he purchased a historic Georgian townhouse in Bath for £1.5 million. Intending to restore it to its former glory, he budgeted £100,000 for the renovation. But rising inflation and soaring construction costs quickly destroyed that plan. Plumbing and electrical work alone cost more than £150,000. Faced with unexpected expenses piling up, Drew had to make heartbreaking decisions. He sold his antique warehouse and auctioned off hundreds of personal antiques he had collected over more than 30 years. These were items with stories pieces tied to his life and career. More than 600 items went to auction. Some sold well, such as a Steamboat Willie figure he bought for £3,500 and sold for £5,500. But many did not meet their reserve prices. Even with all the sales, Drew still couldn't raise the amount needed to finish the full renovation. He decided to focus on completing only the upper floors so he could live in the house, while the remaining parts stayed unfinished. For Drew, this felt like a personal defeat. He had spent his whole life bringing old buildings back to life, and leaving one half restored went against everything he believed in. But he viewed it as a pause, not a failure, determined to one day finish what he started. Meanwhile, one of Drew's biggest career milestones also came to an unexpected end. In 2017, he opened his iconic antique store in Conway, a shop unlike anything else in the region. Fans from around the world visited it after seeing it on television, and it quickly became a landmark destination. The shop brought tourism, business, and energy to the town. But in 2022, Drew unexpectedly announced that he was closing it. Fans were stunned. The store had become part of the town's identity. A local restaurant group eventually took over the location, but too many people. It would always be remembered as Drew's shop. Despite the closure, Drew shifted smoothly into running his business online. But for many longtime supporters, it wasn't the same. The Conway store had been more than a business, it had been a living piece of history. Through all of this, one constant in Drew's life remained his friendship with John T. Known affectionately as T, their relationship began when they were children in North Wales, exploring beaches and collecting washed-up boat parts and/or fragments. They sold these finds by the roadside, unknowingly beginning the journey that shaped both of their futures. On Salvage Hunters, T brought humor, energy, and hard work to every episode. Fans adored the dynamic between Drew and T, but after many years on the show, T left, not because of conflict or arguments, as rumors suggested, but simply because his contract had ended, and he chose not to renew it a year later. Drew made his own departure announcement today. Drew has hinted that he may step away from television entirely. After 14 years in the spotlight, he wants to concentrate on the things he loves most: his restoration work, his antique business, and his growing car collection. He continues to live in his partly restored Bath townhouse and says he still finds joy in the hunt for forgotten treasures. And as Drew Pritchard steps into a new chapter, his mark on Salvage Hunters and the world of restoration will never fade. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible stories. Thanks for watching.